Nothing, baby. Let's go. That's what all here. It's not the world now. It's not the whole world.
Welcome to the Lone Star College Football Show. I'm your host, Chris Daly. Each episode, I will bring you news and information about college football in Texas, not just the FBS school, anyone who plays college football in the great state of Texas. I will do so by talking with the people making it happen on the gridiron, the head coaches, the staff, the players, but mostly the head coaches. Thank you for joining us.
Looking to boost your company's marketing? Look no further than Fresh Media Works. Podcasting is the best way to promote your brand and increase your customer base. You can create your own show, be a guest on other podcasts, or advertise on existing podcasts to reach a valuable audience. Don't wait. Start elevating your marketing game today with Fresh Media Works. Call now, 713-269-4620, or find us online at freshmediaworks.com/podcasting.
This series consists of press conferences at the 2023 Texas High School Football Coaches Association Convention. This is Kirby Hocutt, Texas Tech Athletic Director.
We can't start here. There's a lot of buzz around your football program. I know when you hired Joey that there was a lot of buzz about it, but how has the buzz around the program, what you see now in practice, compared to what you thought it might be when you first made that hire?
Well, it's continued to escalate in each and every area you say in practice. When you are around the building and you've seen how hard these young men are working this summer, they've made a significant commitment. They've got lofty goals, and they're putting the work in right now that are going to give them the opportunity to achieve those goals. The thing that I've seen from a distance this summer is just the unity of this team. It's as close of a knit of a team that I remember seeing maybe ever in my time as a player on through my career. So, we've got great, strong leadership within this program coming up. So I'm excited for these young men. They've got a tremendous opportunity. They're putting the work in right now to have a chance to accomplish some very special things. And then when you look at the excitement of the Red Raider Nation and our fan base, I've never seen anything like it. There's a buzz around Texas Tech football that Joey McGuire has brought to Texas Tech that has not existed in quite some time.
His high school coaching pedigree obviously is well known. How much did that mean when you initially brought him on, and now that it's 2 years in, what kind of impact has his connection to that group made on your program?
It's been significant. When you look at the focus of the recruiting philosophy and strategy, it starts with the state of Texas. That's the focus. And, Coach McGuire doesn't know how fired up it makes me when he says he's a Texas high school football coach, coaching college football. Because I see so many similarities between what he's doing and the experience that I had playing Texas high school football. That's where it all starts. Texas high school football is so important in the state of Texas, and that's why the opportunity to be here at the Texas High School Coaching Association is a privilege and an honor. And, don't overcomplicate it. It's about building quality relationships and building healthy relationships. And what Joey McGuire has done, it starts in the locker room with the team, is he says that he wants to make it the best part of our young men's day when they walk into our football facility. And that's just not words. He does. And I can speak from a perspective as a parent because I have a son that's on the team. These are real relationships that Coach McGuire's building. And you know what the great part about it is? Winning is central to it, and winning's a big part of it. But he's doing something much greater than building a winning football program at Texas Tech. He's building winners for life, and he's instilling values and a work ethic and an attitude in these young men that's greater than football, and they don't realize it yet, but they will 10, 20 years down the road. So it's a special time to be at Texas Tech. The support from the fan base, not only our season tickets at a high volume, over 32,000 season tickets sold. When you add student tickets on top of that, it gets us to 45, 46,000. You add premium on top of that. I mean, we're close to selling out each and every game at Texas Tech. We'll get to that point. And then, fundraising is going exceptionally well. And, to be able to do a $250 million football development center project, that all comes back to the excitement that Coach McGuire has instilled at Texas Tech. It's going to be a fun fall.
Speaking of Texas high school football, last week, Big 12 Commissioner mentioned possibly playing more games on Friday nights. As an athletic director in Texas, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I didn't hear Commissioner Jormark's comment about that, but we're mindful of Friday Night Lights, just like we're mindful Saturday is college football's day. And but things are changing too. I know television, there's more opportunities to play on Friday nights. So I think there's opportunity there. It's probably not something that I would be in favor of us doing on a regular basis. But if there are special opportunities, special matchups that we could host on Friday night or we could participate on Friday nights, I think you have to explore those. But as far as it becoming a regular view opportunity for college football, I'd probably say we need to be very careful.
I'm Len Hayward with the Coach College.
Excellent.
Chris Hunter with 24/7 Sports. How have you seen Coach McGuire embrace analytics in both recruiting and on the field, particularly in fourth down situations? And why, as an athletic director, have you helped him invest in that? Because I know analytics isn't necessarily the cheapest thing to invest in too early in the world from a football standpoint.
It's an acquired taste, right? The fourth down attempts. But there's so much data that exists. You're looking for incremental advantages to give your program, to give your coaches, and obviously the more data, the more analytics that you have, the more information they have. So it's a part of our game today. It's not going to change. And then obviously his approach to analytics, he's talked a lot about. He's going to continue to be very aggressive, I would expect. And if it gives you an incremental advantage to be successful on a Saturday afternoon, then we want that within our portfolio.
How many fourth downs did it take you during the regular season until you got comfortable with it?
I'm not sure I'm comfortable yet, but I know it's not going to change. So I'm holding my breath with everyone, just like you are. The best is when a couple times I was with Debbie, his wife, during those fourth downs, and to hear her coach from the suites is quite interesting. But he gets if he doesn't get it right, I know he's going to get corrected at home.
Kirby, Joseph Duarte, Houston Chronicle. I wanted to go back to Joey's personality, and it seems like he's the perfect fit for you guys. And then also when he comes here, he and like a Jeff Traylor who have been among the ranks. But how does that dynamic work for you guys to have a guy like that who can be comfortable going anywhere out here and people knowing him? And are you going to have to revise this contract for like a wedding officiant number of how many times you can do that during the season or after?
He's a special man, and the way that you see him here in Houston this week is the same way we see him in Lubbock each and every day. I have never seen Joey McGuire have a bad day, and he treats everybody the same. And he, not only does he build authentic, genuine relationships within the football building and within our locker room, it's with our staff, it's with our fans, it's with our community. I mean, he is as real as it gets, and he is a perfect fit for Texas Tech. And, I believe I read that he was going to officiate Tyler Shuck's wedding, right, coming up. So, he's got an infectious personality and approach. He loves people. And that's the ingredient of a successful program. It's the people that you have within your organization. It's how you invest into those people and you pour into those people. And Joey pours into his staff and his athletes more than any coach that I've worked with.
Kirby, last year, I think it was last year, I remember you and Chris Hocutt had a little bit of back and forth on whether or not this series between you guys will continue as they move on to the SEC. Where does that stand at this point?
He's still scared. Nothing's changed over the course of the year. Chris and I have talked about it. Ball's in their court. We welcome the chance to play them. So come on.
On that note, with realignment, obviously one of the things that just falls away is regional rivalries. Are you afraid that we may get to a point as these changes continue to happen that the soul of the sport's going to get lost?
The
soul of the sport is going to get lost.
I think college football is better than it's ever been. I think the product on the field is better than it's ever been. The young men that are playing are more talented than those that came before them. I believe that the coaching in college football is better than it's ever been. The rules continue to evolve. So I'm remain optimistic about the future of this sport now. I think there are certain rivalries that you hope as caretakers of the sport that we'll continue to invest in and make happen. I think, the rivalries that we have lost through conference realignment are important. And, that's why I think it's important that the state universities in the state of Texas, where football is as popular as anywhere in our country, are important, and you hope that they can continue. And it takes two parties to believe in that. And I can tell you, you won't find anywhere in our state, anywhere in our country, that football is celebrated, is invested in, and is more important than you'll find at Texas Tech. And we're going to be a very successful, recognized, regionally, nationally, Big 12 Conference, State of Texas program in the years to come.
Chris? Following up on potential expansion and non-conference questions, how would you view non-Power 5 additions coming into the Big 12 if they did not add to the revenue share for each school?
Well, I think it's part of a bigger discussion, and I think while I did not see directly Commissioner Yormark's comments about Friday night, I will say that he has a very aggressive and proactive business plan when it comes, to use his term, the business of the Big 12. He's outlined a very aggressive initiative. It's not about today, it's about the future. And, I continue to believe you invest in people, and I believe what Commissioner Yormark, the vision that he has brought to the Big 12 is an exciting one, and one that I'm excited to see how it unfolds and develops. So if there are programs that can build the Big 12 Conference for the future of this league and for the future of our media rights opportunity, then I think we consider any and all opportunities.
Would you say that's the sentiment from the Big 12 athletic directors and presidents as a whole, that they are willing to sacrifice potential short-term dollars for long-term gains?
I can't speak for all of them, of course. I can just share that I believe we have as unified and togetherness as a conference than we have ever had since I've been a part of this conference for 12 years. And I believe that the unity amongst the current 12 members going forward is as strong as this league has ever experienced. I believe the vision of Commissioner Yormark for the Big 12 is different than it's ever been, and stronger than it's ever been, and loftier than it's ever been. The way that he thinks about branding and marketing and growth is different for college athletics. He continues to challenge us as athletics directors to think differently, and that's a positive because nothing stays the same. It continues to grow. So the unity, the togetherness of this conference amongst the athletics directors, and I believe the presidents, is stronger than it's ever been.
Kirby, I would ask you sort of about Houston joining the Big 12, and I guess a more recent model would be TCU and how that's helped them. But long term, when you were part of the initial group to get in, can you kind of see maybe how them joining eventually helps a program in terms of starting with financial dollars, that kind of and exposure, but just the membership and what it comes with, and maybe what they can expect here moving forward?
Yeah, Houston is a great athletic program. It's a university that sits here in Harris County. It's the hotbed of recruiting. You know, Texas Tech University, we receive more student applications and enrollment from Harris County than any other single county in the state of Texas. The high school talent that's here in this area is tops in the state. So, you know, with Houston now being able to compete and identify in the Big 12 conference, it's just going to continue to elevate their opportunity and their potential. They've always had great athletes. Now competing, you know, within the Big 12 conference on one of the highest stages is going to be even better for them. I would think being able to recruit and compete in state with Texas Tech and TCU and Baylor and Oklahoma State, just, you know, north of here, they're positioned to continue to elevate their program, and I think will be a great great member of our conference.
Tech has been that one in-state program that since the breakup has played Houston a lot. And it's coming as part of that because of, I mean, you've got huge alumni base, but, you know, this is a fertile recruiting there, but it's also, there's a little hesitancy because now that they're in, maybe you're competing more for those athletes and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, in all sports. And we welcome the competition, right? We believe we offer one of the very best traditional collegiate environments in this country. If you want a true college experience, you're not going to find that in Austin. You're not going to find that in Houston. I don't know much about College Station, but if you want the true college experience and environment, come to Lubbock, Texas. And I think that we continue to welcome the competition. We welcome the exposure that we're going to have in Houston and Harris County, because you mentioned the alumni base is here. That's why we've continued to come down here maybe more frequently than others, because this is an important market for us. ESPN has provided us opportunities to come down here and play preseason games. We're always interested in that, and obviously the opportunity with the Texas Bowl as recently as last year. We want to be in Houston, Texas. We need to be in Houston, Texas, and the more times we can compete or be here, the better for Texas Tech.
Two more. Kirby, I think you guys recently announced the Matador Club was going to have some exclusivity with River Club, a little bit more working together. What are the benefits of that, and why did you guys end up making that?
Well, NIL continues to evolve. It's in front of us. It's not going to change, and our philosophy at Texas Tech has been let's ensure that we are within the parameters of not only the state law but also the NCAA's interim policy and the interpretations that they provide. So, you know, the Matador Club decided to become a corporate partner of Texas Tech that gave them that exclusivity to co-brand with us. It's nothing more than a corporate partnership relationship. It's nothing that, you know, Coke can co-brand the Coke brand with the Double T brand. United Supermarkets can co-brand. AT&T can co-brand. Under Armour can co-brand. So the Matador Club, and so very simply, that was a Matador Club becoming a corporate partner, and just makes it more consistent with other partnerships that we have. Is for us to talk about our corporate partner, the Matador Club. You know, Joey can fundraise, ask for Matador contributions. Kirby as athletics director can, etc.
On that note, I know there's been some discussion because the new state law just went into effect. That I think it precludes like NCAA from levying punishments and things like that. And obviously the NCAA has its policy. So how do you guys navigate that? Because you've got the state law and you've got the NCAA policy. So how do you guys navigate that when it comes to managing all this?
Very carefully, you know, with legal and compliance guidance, and you know, the NCAA is a voluntary association. They say we will still be held accountable for compliance with their rules, their interim policy, even with the state law. So we're going to stay within the boundaries. We're going to do things the right way, and we're very proud of the way that we've approached it. So what you just shared, yes, that exists, but we're going to make sure very carefully that we remain in compliance with both NCAA interim policy and state law.
And to bring us home, Tony Blaylock, Lone Star Gridiron. Of course, we're in Texas and we're football crazed, and everybody here is football crazed. But can you talk a little bit about how this whole picture realignment, NIL, the whole package that's going on right now presents challenges and opportunities for sports other than football.
Yeah, challenges and opportunities, and things are changing at a faster pace than we've ever experienced before in our collective time with the transfer portal, with NIL. But the one thing that I continue to believe in is the value of higher education, the value of a college degree. And you know what? I've accepted the fact that maybe there's an student athlete at Texas Tech who's going to be with us for 3 years and then is going to transfer to Arkansas for their 4th or 5th year. That's great. We're going to make sure they have had a quality education, and when they go to Arkansas, hopefully the credits that they get at Texas Tech can be applicable and can transfer there. And by the same token, there's going to be athletes that have been at Texas A&M for 3 years that want to come to Texas Tech and finish there. Same thing. They're going to become our athletes, and we've got to embrace the commitment that we're going to continue to progress them towards their degree, because their athletic career is short-lived. It goes so fast, and we got to make sure that degree is applicable. And that's if it's women's basketball, if it's softball, if it's baseball, football, it doesn't matter. So while the issues go across all the sports, as you indicated, I still believe it's the same strategy. These are young people that are entrusted to our care for 1 to 5 years, maybe longer, maybe shorter, and we've got to make sure we provide them with the experience, take care of them, and make sure they progress towards their degree during the time that they're with us, and accept the fact if they believe there's opportunity for them to move forward to another university. We're going to shake their hand and thank them for their time at Lubbock, Texas, and wish them well. Appreciate it. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
And once again, I want to thank Junior Smokehouse for being the title sponsor of the Lone Star College Football Show. I look forward to telling you more about them each and every episode. Hey, if you want coverage of your school or just want to give a shout out to your team, leave us a voicemail at 713-568-6361 and we'll play it out on the show. That number again is 713-568-6361. Also, do us a favor and give us a rating and review on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We will also read out the best reviews on the air. Until next time, I'm Chris Daly reminding you to get out there and enjoy some football.